Salve, salve, meus queridos. Segundo vídeo e terceiro, quarto, quinto, sexto. Esse vai ser uma entradinha pra todos os vídeos, então é isso. Muito obrigado a todo mundo que tá aqui assistindo. Obrigado a todo mundo que acompanhou as lives de Call of Cthulhu ao vivo. Um grande beijo, um abraço. Fique com o vídeo. Esqueci de falar uma coisa. Tem alguns vídeos que não se conectam direito, porque a live deu problema, daí a live cai e não registra que eu joguei. Quer dizer, não registra que eu joguei não, né? Não grava a live, porque a live caiu. A live tava caindo bastante ultimamente. Então vão ter alguns momentos que não vão se conectar direito, mas é uma diferença de 10 segundos ou coisa assim.
Mano, não aguento mais ir no banheiro, velho. Não tá saindo pouco xixi, não. Eu vou ter que voltar daqui a alguns anos. Quer dizer... Editora Arkham, nunca ouvi falar. Arkham é o... Nossa, que da hora. O que eu ia comentar? Ficar sem beber água até meia-noite agora. O livro de filosofia esotérica, a parte essencial do movimento teosófico de Madame Blavatsky, escrito por Helena Beethoven Blavatsky. Este volume faz parte da antologia Arkham, uma coleção luxuosa de tratados e obras sobre o esoterismo sobrenatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Quantos volumes tem essa coleção? A Chave de Salomão, um livro de feitiços supostamente escrito pelo lendário rei Salomão, que contém vários rituais de invocação e maldição. Reedição de Claudia D. Waits, baseada no original L.W. de Lawrence. Este volume faz parte da antologia Arkham, uma coleção luxuosa de tratados e obras sobre... Ok.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Um livro de feitiços supostamente escrito pelo lendário rei Salomão.
Arkham Editions. Never heard. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Uma coleção de poemas de Edward Pickman. Pickman é um reanimador, o Pickman, o modelo Pickman. Não, o modelo Pickman é diferente do reanimador, não lembro. O Pickman é o cara que tentou deixar o cara no gelo, também conhecida como os versos do pesadelo. Ela foi extraordinariamente bem recebida sua primeira publicação em 1908, quando seu autor tinha apenas 18 anos. Ok, então vamos aqui.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Ópera em 8 atos de Beverly Chateaubriand, uma obra lírica infame publicada na Itália de 1768. Dizem que a ópera foi apresentada mais uma vez, resultando em um tumulto de audiência que deixou vários mortos e desaparecidos. Esse volume faz parte de... Tá bom, beleza. Último.
Arkham Editions.
Uma coleção de premonições astrológicas a longo prazo, escritas em verso, escrita por Nostradamus, traduzidas... Nostradamus é um cara que tem uns bagulho... paranormal também do universo.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Essa coleção de textos, escrita por Hermes Chisper, traduzida e editada por Nathan M. Coppelius, essa coleção de textos sobre diferentes crenças foi escrita por um filósofo lendário. Ela inclui uma tradução da Tábua da Esmeralda, um texto popular entre os alquimistas séculos 17 a 16. Esse volume, beleza, faz parte da antologia.
Another volume by Arkham
Uma coleção
Editions.
de ensaios sobre as lendas urbanas e folclore americano, escrito por Albert Wilmart, professor da Universidade de Massachusetts.
Arkham Editions.
O antigo manuscrito filósofo traduzido por
Never
William
heard
B.
of him.
Sandbach. O texto alega no passado distante a Europa e outros continentes eram contados pelas mães desses povos. Além disso, que o nosso alfabeto é derivado dessa língua frise. Será que a gente vai usar isso? Pra quê? A resposta vai estar aqui, a ordem? Tipo, é isso que ele quer de ordem? Só que tem vários... Será que eu tenho que descobrir quais números não estão lá? Mano, eu li as críticas desse jogo e tem uma galera que fala que os puzzles são muito sem sentido. Eu acho que faz todo sentido ser sem sentido, se for isso. Dá mais uma...
Things are not looking good.
Na moral que você vai falar só isso? Ah, o olhinho bom.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Ele tem um escutador aqui? Eu consigo só clicar e escutar? Mano, não tô compreendendo. Deixa eu ver de novo essa merda aqui.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Deixa eu anotar. Pegar um. Deixa eu mascar um chicletinho, vai. O chicletinho aqui que deve ter passado a validade já, mano. Tanto tempo que tá aqui. Então tá. A gente tem o 3.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions.
O 2.
Never heard of him.
Ok, em ordem. Beleza.
How many volumes are there in this
O
collection?
9.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
O 7.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
O 4.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
O 8.
Another volume by Arkham
E o
Editions.
6.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. Mano, eu tô há 1000 anos mutado. Puta que pariu. Perdão. Voltamos aqui. O que eu tava falando é que o puzzle é sem sentido e eu achei que o número que falta das coleções lá é o 5. Seja quem for que enquanto eu, para obter... Cada um escondido, onde a vida e o estudo se cruzam no mundo grego. How many volumes are there in this collection?
aqui?
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
The Queen has little protection. Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that... What did Drake say about this? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about... So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Verso do pesadelo, ela foi extraordinariamente bem recebida após a...
What did Drake say about this collection?
Eu não entendi nada.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
The Queen has little protection. The Queen has little protection.
Mano. Rainha desprotegida? Por quê? Ninguém com a minha... Ah, essa... A branca tá desprotegida. E o que eu faço com isso?
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Tá. Tá, aí clica o bagulho em ordem. Eu gosto de xadrez. O que falta é o 5, mas eu acabei de ver. O 5 tá aqui em cima, ó. foi escrito quando ele tinha 18 anos, será que é isso? Parça, eu não faço a mínima ideia.
What did Drake say about this collection?
Olha, ele fala que é 1908. Será que é isso? Então é 1908. Não cabe. Então tem que colocar em ordem. É 019. Então tiro 0. Mano. Um, dois, três. Tá, cilindros. Cilindros é esses de coisa. Será que cada um fala um número? Deixa eu parar pra pensar, calma aí.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Calma aí, se eu... Puta que pariu.
The chalice of knowledge.
Realmente é o Santo Graal. Rubis e safiras formam um padrão específico?
The chalice of knowledge.
Será que é tipo um cálice, 4 peças brancas, então seria 1, 4, 9. Seria isso, será? Ah! Pra mim é a única coisa que faz sentido, ó, tipo, é um cálice. Ele fala do cálice no primeiro, no segundo ele fala do xadrez.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
The queen has little protection.
Então são 3 que estão atrás dela. Será que é isso?
The chalice of knowledge.
São 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Não. Quantas vezes são? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. São 5 do cálice. 5 pedras, coisa. O último número é 9. Eu não consigo entender. O primeiro é sobre o Graal.
The chalice
Eu
of
diria que é que
knowledge.
tem um santo Graal. Tá, a razão prevalece, então é a ordem. Então seria em ordem. O cálice, o xadrez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. É. Três peões morreram, já tentei 3. Se o último é 9, que é a edição 9. Mano, eu vou ter que ver vídeo, velho. Não tô afim de ficar um ano aqui. Falou que prefere o caos. Ou, tipo, quer dizer, ele prefere a razão. Que é a organização. Isso eu não tô doido. São 3 pedras preciosas. A gente pode pensar nisso. E são 4 peças. 5 peças. 6 peças. 7 peças. 8 peças. Parça, vai se... O Graal, o xadrez e o livro.
The chalice of knowledge.
Mano, tem um número escondido aqui nessa porra. Que não deixa que eu mexa pra cima e pra baixo. O que é esse estrincado? Padrão específico? Que padrão, mano? Eles formam 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Será que começa com 4, então?
Não, não é 4. Então são 3, porque são 3 tipos de pedra, pera aí. Não, mano. Vai eu testar 1, 2, 3. Já testou 1, 2, 3, 4, agora 5. 5, 3, 9? Por que 5? Não entendi. 3 é por causa dos 3 peão. Nossa, o Necronômico mesmo. Do cálice. Entendi, pô. Ler o Necronômico, é isso, mano. Sabia. Na livraria esse nome, Percy seguiu a trilha de uma tentativa de roubo e descobriu que Charles Hawkins era o responsável. Percy abriu o cofre do livreiro para descobrir que ele e Sarah Hawkins haviam escondido ali um livro encapado com pele humana que exerce uma atração irresistível sobre o tipo. Abruptamente do homem foi projetado para outro corpo. Ah, ele deu a resposta para mim. Fui para outro corpo? Interessante. Não entendi por que 5.
This man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail.
Aí, ó, o verme tá me
And you won't
matando.
believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes, they can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be
Tô
happening?
virando um Aquaman?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my
Filho
patient?
da puta.
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway.
Falei diretão mesmo.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island. This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here?
E se fosse assim, rinite alérgica, filho, tava já de arrasta pra cima.
He broke his back in an accident down by...
The whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about? Yes, it's Dr. Cold.
It's the old whaling...
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Mrs. Sanders?
Eita!
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Meu Deus.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Alô, olá, tem alguém aí? Possivelmente essa mensagem não vai ser enviada por ser considerada spam IHUL.
E sabe o que é spam? Spam é quando eu fico espantado com a sua beleza, João. É isso. Boas tardes, lindeza. Como você tá? Como você tá?
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Tô com a sinusite um pouco atacada. Mas tá tudo certo. O Tuco tá interessante.
White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Tô gostando. Os puzzles são muito confusos, mas tá legal.
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Que isso? Deu uns esculachos nele, mano. Tipo, acabei de fazer um puzzle, velho. Nem entendi porra nenhuma. Eu fui na tentativa e erro.
Ethan.
Marie,
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
With everything that happened to you these last days, it's no wonder you're feeling stressed.
Maybe.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Dr. Colden. Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact,
agora eu tô chegando com a doutora porque, em tese, minha mente foi transferida pra ela. Eu não entendi por quê.
Yes.
Quer dizer, porque eu peguei o Necronômico, mas não faz sentido do porquê pra ela.
Without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries.
Their affliction is not our responsibility.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him? In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Eu vou ter que invadir.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Tá bom, chatonilda. Calma, eu me perdi.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
É isso.
We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. Sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water.
Her time is much too...
Anyway, I've learned my lesson.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Ah, vamos logo pra lá, véi. Não tô...
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's... Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Cagar no mato, véi.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes... But rest... I...
Tem como matar essa veia?
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Preciso cortar a água pra distrair ela. Ai, é isso que eu falo, mano. Não é muito claro as coisas. Isso me incomoda um pouco.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old
We've been
witch,
waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
It's
What a
temperamental,
pest.
if I understand
It's
correctly.
so unfair.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I
Olá,
see that key? Ah, yes. The office in Block B.
Ah, é, tá aqui porque a chata pegou, né?
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Meu Deus, que lugar deploráveis. Ô, fraquinha.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Não posso usar qualquer um desses canos? Uma ferramenta? Que ferramenta?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Vai trabalhar, vagabunda?
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Aí, eu nem entendi que ferramenta é essa, mas só vamos.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Tadinha.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that. Courage, Elizabeth.
Vai lá, fia, eu confio, vai. Vai, Elizabeth, vai, Elizabeth, vai, Elizabeth. Eu confio em você. Eu confio em você.
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Armarinho pra gente se esconder depois.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Os enfermos exibem transtorno mental. Exposição a obras de arte, que específico.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files.
Segundo está escondendo dentro do escritório do Dr. Fuller, ele gravou seus pensamentos sobre uma das sessões de psicanálise às quais Sarah Hawkins foi submetida. Ok, não tem mais nada? Se prepara pra correr, hein?
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
The nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why is Ethan on medication? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
Tá pra ela.
Ah, now I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Sim.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Ah, voltar pro hospício, velho. Não queria. O livro projetou Pierce no corpo de Dra. Collen. O detetive assistiu impotente enquanto a amiga de Bradley conduzia esse inquérito. Ao tomar conhecimento dos experimentos de Fuller, ela entrou no gabinete dele e descobriu que o diretor do Instituto Riverside estava escondendo informações sobre Sarah Hawkins e talvez até o corpo dela. Só que ela foi descoberta por Fuller. Pierce tem que salvá-la antes que seja tarde demais. Ok. Eu quero ver quantos capítulos tem. Ok, são 14. Que horas são?
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Diário da esposa Reverenda Wicock. O marido dela, John, construiu a primeira casa dos Hawkins, chamada Hilltop. No fim do século XVII, eles estavam entre os primeiros colonizadores brancos da ilha. Os habitantes anteriores desapareceram misteriosamente no século
Old
XX.
diary. What the... Fuller, too.
Conquista, encontrar todas as garrafinhas azuis. Eita, agora que eu vi que tô no captura de tela, não de jogo. Aí.
The Scylla is here.